So everybody's been playing this game on Roblox. It's called 99 Nights in the Forest. It looks chill at first, but what no one knows is that there's actually some sinister stuff hiding beneath the surface. When you start the game, the first thing you see is this. This game is based on a true story. Some details have been changed. Then it shows 4 pictures. The first one says, reports were made of a deer standing on 2 legs in an unnatural way in the forest. The following week, 4 children went missing. It was clear something was very wrong with the forest. After the police search revealed no clues about the missing children, the forest was promptly locked to the public. You have 99 days to unravel the mysteries of the forest and figure out what is going on. So I started doing some research about this game, and what I found was actually pretty crazy. There really were people who went missing in a forest, which makes the game even scarier. But before I get into all that, we gotta talk about the creepy deer in the game. So the deer that comes at night is the main monster thing in this game, and it's actually based on this scary creature from old stories called the Wendigo. So if you don't know what a Wendigo is, it's this creepy monster from old Native American stories. People say it's super skinny, always hungry, and hides deep in the woods. Some stories say it can even possess other humans. There are tons of stories from people saying they've actually seen this thing in real life. Most of them describe it as this massive creature standing tall on 2 legs, like some kind of monster. And even now, there are still plenty of people who swear the Wendigo is somewhere out there. Way back, some indigenous groups in North America told stories about the Wendigo. It wasn't just a monster to them, it was a warning about winter, hunger, and what happens when people get greedy and stop caring about others. Different communities explain it in different ways. Some say it's a dark spirit that can possess people. Others say it's a person twisted by bad choices. Either way, it's linked to cold, hunger, and a never-ending need that never gets filled. In some versions of the legend, people believe Wendigos were once human, but they became monsters after turning to cannibalism to survive harsh winters. And that creepy backstory connects perfectly to the other villains in this game, the cultists. So in the game, these cultists are the only human enemies you'll deal with. They show up often, hunting you down, and every one of them wears antlers on their head. It's pretty clear they're part of some creepy group that worships the deer monster, making them just as dangerous as the creature itself. So basically the cultists, they're shown to have something called Wendigo psychosis. Back then, people believed this was real, like you could get so broken by hunger and fear that your mind would snap. You'd start craving human flesh, hearing voices, and feeling like something evil was inside you, controlling you. It wasn't just madness. It was a sign the Wendigo had claimed you. There are real stories about it. One of the most famous ones is about a man named Swift Runner. Back in the late 1800s, he got stuck in the woods during a really bad winter with his family. When rescuers finally found him, they discovered he had killed and eaten his wife and kids. He told people a Wendigo spirit had taken over him and made him do it. In old times, if someone was believed to have Wendigo psychosis, the community would try to save them. But if they couldn't be helped and became dangerous, they were often killed out of fear of the Wendigo spirit. In the game, every cultist you fight is meant to be one of those people, completely lost to the Wendigo. They're not just worshipping the deer creature, they're starving, desperate, and hunting you for flesh. That's what makes them so terrifying. Now back to the story about the game. So on May 1st, 2023, a small plane crashed deep in the Amazon rainforest. There were 7 people on board, including a mom and her 4 kids. Sadly, the adults didn't make it. The only ones left were the kids, completely alone in the jungle. The kids were just 13, 9, 4, and a baby who wasn't even a year old. And somehow, they managed to survive almost 40 days in one of the toughest jungles on Earth. They kept moving around every few days, finding shelter inside hollow tree trunks to stay dry during storms. At one point, they even had to scare off a venomous snake. When the wreck was found, the Colombian military launched Operation Hope, a massive search to find the kids. Soldiers, helicopters, rescue dogs, and indigenous trackers searched through miles of dense jungle. For weeks, they found tiny clues, like a baby bottle or half-eaten fruit, proving the kids were still alive. It took over a month, but finally, they found them, thin, exhausted, but alive. That's the real story behind this part of the game. One part of the story that really stood out is about this dog the kids mentioned. When they were in the hospital, one of them drew a picture of a dog sitting under a tree close to a river. They said this wasn't just some random dog. It actually found them out in the jungle and stayed with them for a few days, like it was keeping watch. Then, one day, it just walked back into the forest and was gone. The kids believed it was there to protect them. When soldiers saw the drawing, they said it looked like Wilson, a rescue dog that had gone missing during the search. So maybe the dog was actually there, following them through the forest. Some people say the kids could have just been seeing things because of how hungry and tired they were, but nobody knows for sure. What we do know is that after weeks of searching, every one of those kids was found alive and brought out of the jungle. In the game 99 Nights in the Forest, your main goal is pretty much the same. You're searching for the missing kids and trying to get them out of the forest, all while staying alive. The game mixes real-life inspiration with scary twists. You've got the missing kids, a rescue mission, and then they throw in this creepy deer monster and a group of cultists. Those parts aren't from the real story, but they feel inspired by real legends and old traditions, which makes the game even creepier. So now that we know what 99 Nights in the Forest is based on, let's get into the story. The game starts with 4 kids who went missing, and you're the one who has to go find them. But once you set up your camp, you notice something weird, a deer. Not a normal deer though. It's standing up on 2 legs, just staring at you from the trees. But this deer isn't the only thing you've got to worry about. It's got a group of followers called cultists. Every night, you're out there trying to survive both the deer and these creepy cult members, all while searching for the missing kids. You rescue them one at a time, each one being kept in an underground bunker. The first kid is guarded by wolves, the second by stronger alpha wolves, the third is protected by bears, and the last one by massive alpha bears. Once you've saved all 4 kids and made it through all 99 nights, you've basically beaten the game. But the ending doesn't actually explain where the cultist or the so-called Wendigo came from. If you explore a certain spot where cultists spawn, you'll notice it looks like a destroyed research lab. Inside, there's a table with heavy restraints, hinting that scientists were running experiments here, possibly even on the deer creature itself. This experiment twisted the deer, making it grow unnaturally tall and able to walk on 2 legs, becoming the creature we now fear as the Wendigo. After mutating, it escaped the lab, slaughtering many of the scientists in its path. Some survivors turned to worshipping the beast, building shrines and cult sites in its honor. The strange part is, the deer spares these followers. But the real question is, what does this creature truly want, and why is it hunting you? The truth is, this thing isn't out here for fun or a fight. It wants anyone who steps foot in its woods gone, nothing else. After all the pain and experiments done to it, it's got nothing but hate for humans. The cultists are the only ones it spares because they bow down to it. That's why there's no big boss battle at the end, because it's not a monster trying to play games with you. It's a predator guarding what's left of its home. Well, this is just a theory. Comment down below what you think, and please like and subscribe to help me reach 400,000 subscribers. Have a great day, guys.